If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the thought of starting a garden, let me reassure you, you're not alone. Whether you're a complete beginner or just someone short on space, container gardening is a fantastic way to dive into growing your own food. You don't need sprawling land, expensive tools, or a degree in horticulture. All you need is a few pots, the right veggies, and a little guidance, exactly what we're diving into today. Imagine stepping onto your balcony or patio and plucking fresh, flavorful vegetables grown with your own two hands. Sounds good? Stick with us because we're about to unveil 10 incredibly easy vegetables you can grow in containers. No guesswork, no fancy tricks, just straight-up smart gardening, perfect for any skill level. Why container gardening changes everything. Container gardening removes the barriers that often discourage new gardeners. You don't need perfect soil, a large yard, or even a green thumb to start. With containers, you control every aspect of your plant's environment, from soil quality to drainage, making it nearly impossible to fail when you follow the right guidance. The beauty of container gardening lies in its adaptability. Your containers can move with the seasons, chase the sun throughout the day, and even come indoors during harsh weather. This mobility means you can optimize growing conditions for each plant, leading to healthier vegetables and better harvests than many traditional garden beds produce. The top 10 container vegetables that never disappoint. Tomatoes are, honestly, the crown jewel of container gardening. They're a really great starting point, especially if you pick the right varieties. Cherry tomatoes like Sweet 100 or Surefire Red can thrive in containers as small as 5 gallons. And they'll produce loads of sweet, bite-sized fruits all through the growing season. Now, for those of you who want bigger tomatoes, compact determinate varieties like Patio Princess or Bush Early Girl are actually bred just for container success. The real key to growing tomatoes in containers is making sure they have plenty of support and, consistent watering. A sturdy tomato cage or some stakes will help keep your plants upright as they grow, and regular watering helps prevent that dreaded blossom end rot that can really trouble container tomatoes. Alright, so when it comes to growing tomatoes in containers, you want to make sure you're giving those roots plenty of space. Choose containers that are at least 18 inches wide and deep. This allows the roots to spread out and anchor properly, which is super important for healthy growth. Moving on to peppers, these are number 2 on our list of colorful producers in small spaces. Peppers are quite possibly the most rewarding vegetables you can grow in containers. They adapt beautifully to confined spaces, and despite the limited room, they can produce some pretty impressive yields. Now let's talk about the wonderful varieties of sweet and hot peppers you can grow. Sweet bell peppers like the Lunchbox series come in vibrant reds, yellows, and oranges. They're perfect for fresh eating, producing small, snackable peppers. On the other hand, hot pepper varieties such as jalapenos, serranos, and even habaneros do exceptionally well in containers. They often produce more intensely flavored peppers than those grown in the ground. Isn't that exciting? The compact nature of pepper plants makes them just perfect for containers as small as 3 gallons. But, hey, if you go for larger containers, you'll see even bigger harvests. Peppers absolutely love warmth and consistent moisture, so they're just right for sunny patios and balconies where heat reflects off the surrounding surfaces. Number 3 on our list is lettuce and salad greens, the fast track to fresh salads. Honestly, there's nothing quite like the satisfaction of cutting fresh lettuce for dinner just minutes before serving. Now, here's the thing about lettuce and salad greens. They're incredibly forgiving for beginners. They grow quickly and can tolerate some neglect better than most vegetables. So, if you're just starting out, these greens are a fantastic choice. Loose-leaf varieties like black-seeded Simpson or red sales allow you to harvest outer leaves while the center continues growing, providing fresh salads for weeks from a single planting. Mix different varieties in the same container for a living salad bowl that provides diverse flavors and textures. Arugula adds a peppery bite while spinach contributes iron-rich nutrition. The shallow root systems of most greens mean you can grow them in containers as shallow as 6 inches, making them perfect for window boxes or small pots. Number 4. Radishes, the speedsters of the vegetable world. Radishes are, honestly, the instant gratification of container gardening, ready to harvest in just 20 to 30 days from seed. These fast-growing root vegetables are just perfect for impatient gardeners, or anyone wanting quick proof that, hey, they can successfully grow food. Varieties like Cherry Belle or French Breakfast produce crisp, colorful roots that add crunch and a mild spice to salads and sandwiches. The quick turnaround of radishes makes them excellent for succession planting, sowing new seeds every 2 weeks for continuous harvests. Their shallow root depth means they can grow in containers as small as 6 inches deep, making them perfect for filling gaps in larger containers or growing in dedicated shallow planters. Number 5. Herbs, flavorful medicine for your kitchen. While technically not vegetables, herbs deserve a place in every container garden for their culinary and medicinal value. Basil, parsley, cilantro, and chives are particularly well-suited to container growing, providing fresh flavors that transform ordinary meals into extraordinary experiences. Mediterranean herbs like rosemary, thyme, and oregano thrive in containers, often preferring the well-drained conditions containers provide over heavy garden soils. Herbs are incredibly forgiving and often prefer slightly stressed conditions, making them perfect for beginning gardeners who might forget to water occasionally. You know, many herbs actually develop more intense flavors when they're grown in containers, concentrating their essential oils in response to the contained environment. Number 6. Carrots, sweet rewards in deep containers. Carrots really surprise a lot of gardeners with their container adaptability, especially when you pick shorter varieties that are bred specifically for confined spaces. Paris market carrots grow into these perfect round roots that are just right for containers, while short and sweet varieties can develop their full flavor in just 4 to 5 inches of depth. So, the key to successful container carrots is providing deep, loose soil that allows roots to develop without obstruction. You know, container-grown carrots often develop more intense sweetness than garden-grown varieties, since the consistent moisture and controlled soil conditions allow for steady, uninterrupted growth. Go ahead and harvest them young for tender, sweet roots that really rival anything you can buy in stores. So, number 7, green beans, the real vertical growing champions. Green beans really excel in containers, especially those pole varieties that grow upward instead of sprawling all over the place. Kentucky Wonder and Scarlet Runner beans, can totally transform a simple container into a super productive vertical garden, giving you pounds of fresh beans from just a few plants. And if you're short on space, bush varieties like Provider or Contender work great in smaller containers, producing concentrated harvests over shorter periods of time. The cool thing about beans is their nitrogen-fixing ability, which actually improves the soil in your containers. This makes them excellent companion plants for heavy feeders, like tomatoes or peppers. Their climbing habit also provides natural shade and cooling for other plants in larger container arrangements. Number 8. Cucumbers climbing toward fresh pickles. Compact cucumber varieties like Space Master or Bush Champion are specifically bred for container growing, producing full-sized cucumbers on compact plants. Alternatively, climbing varieties like Suyolong or Japanese climbing can be trained up trellises or stakes, maximizing production in minimal space. Cucumbers need consistent moisture and warm temperatures to thrive, making them perfect for container growing where, You can control these conditions precisely. The ability to move containers to follow optimal sun exposure throughout the day often results in better cucumber production than fixed garden beds. Number 9. Zucchini compact varieties for big harvests. While traditional zucchini plants are just too large for most containers, compact varieties like 8-ball or patio star actually produce full-size zucchini on manageable plants. These varieties are bred specifically for container growing, maintaining the productivity of their larger cousins while fitting comfortably in 5 to 7 gallon containers. The key to successful container zucchini is providing adequate nutrients through regular feeding, since these productive plants quickly exhaust soil nutrients. Weekly applications of balanced liquid fertilizer will keep your plants producing steadily throughout the growing season. Number 10. Spinach Cool Weather Container Champion. Spinach really thrives in containers, especially during the cooler spring and fall months when other vegetables might struggle.